Well, like you've heard of Eyam, right? The village in Derbyshire, Eyam.
The tiny little one.
Tiny little one. So this is a story that I've always thought was quite interesting and really creepy in a lot of ways. They did make a movie about it, which is really...
There's special needs people. There's a little village which has got a load of... It's just a load of special needs people. The look on your face is now telling me that everyone in Eyam is not special needs. So just for a disclaimer.
No, the story, I can't remember the year of it, but it was the bubonic plague. Remember when we got the bubonic plague in the UK when we were
when we got it, when the rats were kicking about, little fuckers.
Yeah. So the story of Eyam. I'm going to pull it up on Wikipedia so I can get the date. Yeah, Eyam plague, the Black Death. So yeah, it was in the 1660s, right? Yeah. So basically what it was, the bubonic plague broke out in London. And someone had shipped blankets. They shipped like on a horse and cart blankets from London to Eyam, the little village in Derbyshire. And the blankets had fleas on them that were infected with the bubonic plague. So then people in the village started to get sick from the plague that was in London. As soon as they realised, the whole village went into quarantine, like self-quarantine. And you can go and visit this place. It's a creepy place. Beautiful in the summer because they've got all the flowers and stuff out, but there's just this kind of weird air about the place. And you know how small villages are, especially in the 1660s. Like 260 people died in that village, and I think it was almost the entire population. And but they self-quarantined to the point where people were bringing food to the edge of the village. And they were going. They had these stones, because you can hike all around Derbyshire, as you know, through the national park. Like they've got these big stones on like the borders of the village, which are a mile away from the houses, and they've got little holes that have been hollowed out in the stones where they would fill them with vinegar and leave money.
So it's clean.
So they were clean. So then people from neighbouring villages would bring, and they would leave bread and eggs and whatever else at the stones, and then people from the village would go and they would leave the currency in vinegar to disinfect it. But like to think that you've got I'm in a village right now. Say there's 500 people in this village, and we go, okay, we have a village meeting. Half of us are sick. Majority of us are going to die. Let's contain it here and take the hit for the country.
Yeah.
I don't know many fucking places in the UK that could do that now.
Not one.
Like, there's going to be at least one person that's going to go, oh, no, fuck it, I'm leaving. And then they go and they spread it to the next village and then the next village. And
they'd do a TikTok of them wrapping the fucking infested blanket around themselves like a cape and getting on a moped and fucking off to the next village. You know they would, because it's funny.
Yeah.
And that's what you'd get. I mean, you imagine getting them blankets delivered and you're like, oh, how soft are these? No, don't touch them. What? Don't touch the plague blankets. Oh, what? Yeah, you're going to die now. You're like, oh, really? From my lovely warm blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying because you can't see it. Because you can't see it and because it's not instant. I mean, I like a lot of the memes of people that are just saying, I thought I had COVID-19, but I realised I just had way too much weed last night. They're the perfect ones. They're the perfect ones.
Yeah, check this. So it's... history of the plague village began in 1665 when a flea-infested bundle of cloth arrived from London for a local tailor. Within a week, his assistant, George Vickers, was dead, and more began dying in the household soon after. And then it talks about how they introduced a number of precautions to stop the disease spreading in May of 1666. It's a bit creepy that there are 3 6s in that year, but anyway, Carry on. So the plague ran its course over 14 months. And 260 of 350 people died in the village.
Shit.
That's crazy, isn't it? But see, the difference is, right, this is different because people get sick, they get flu. We're not seeing the people on the ventilators in the hospitals.
No.
If that was publicised a bit more, then the knobheads that are having garden parties and still going to the fucking seaside and shit, they might have a bit of a reality check. Because the sensible ones among us, that we know that's going on, even though we don't need to see it.
Mate, that's it.
The difference with this is that, like, you've heard the nursery rhyme "Ring a Ring of Roses."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Right.
that's about the boils on their skin, the fucking sores that they would break out in.
Yeah.
If people were breaking out in sores, people would be staying at home.
Or licking it for a vine. Do you know what I mean?
Any toilet seat lickers, just...
But I just don't think you need to fucking... I don't think you necessarily need a ventilator or to be going to hospital like that, because there's certain people who aren't getting treatment, and then you've got fucking Disco Dave licking a toilet seat, and it's like, dude, it's like, did you see that kid? There was a kid in Australia, I think it was Australia, about a year ago, 18 months ago, ate a slug as a dare. He's dead. It sent him into shock. Yeah, he was paralysed for 6 months or whatever. He's dead now. That's right. That's the kind, like nursery rhymes back in the day. The majority of nursery rhymes were warnings to say, yo, little fuckers, don't fuck about because you'll die. That was their way of getting things around, and it worked. Whereas now, they don't seem to learn fuck all. They don't seem to listen to jack shit. They think they're invincible. And it's like, I mean, my niece put something on the other day, and she said it was a joke meme from her that said, I'm not bothered about coronavirus because I'm too young, in the same vein that I'm not bothered about global warming because I'm too old. That's essentially what all the kids are thinking nowadays.
Yeah, which couldn't be more selfish if you tried.
Exactly. And that is, I think, how a lot of them are looking at it. They're just, I don't know, like, bring back nursery rhymes. Just bring back nursery rhymes full of ventilators and stuff. I mean, there was the video of the guy. Did you see the video of the guy in the XL Arena? And he was filming himself, and it's like fucking a morgue big enough for 4,000 people, or a hospital big enough for 4,000 people. And it's essentially the XL Arena, which I've done shows there before. So it's fucking massive. It's not like you think you could throw a tennis ball the length of it. You probably couldn't. It's fucking long. And he was like, I wasn't taking it seriously, and now I've seen this, and it's really bad. And like you said, people need to see that visual. That just it's the easiest thing is to stay in. It's not like you're saying, all right, you have to stay at work with one set of clothes and no food. That's not the thing. You've got to stay in a caravan. No, it's not. You just stay in your own home. Mm. And most people have got enough food for last them a couple of weeks. Easy.
Yeah.
It's just the foodies amongst us that want to season it with something tasty. That's a problem, because I might run out of mirin to do my fucking sesame chicken. But it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I can go without.
Right.
I can use some other fucking seasoning. That's the headache. Because I mean, I was talking to Sam, and obviously, you know, my office is 5-10 minutes away in the countryside, and Jason, who works in the opposite office to us, got stopped by the police. Where are you going? What are you up to? And he is a key worker, but he had to justify it and show him that he was going to site, and he had a load of fucking stuff in the back of his van. But I think it's slowly getting more serious, but I just think it needs to be that stern, your mum telling you off, and not even having to say anything, just looking at you with that stern, the fuck are you doing, dickhead? Get back inside.
Maybe we need to bring that Your Country Needs You Kitchener poster. You know, the guy with the hat pointing.
It was just to someone's mum with like an old fucking doily. You know, the old, dolly fucking things tied up. I'm doing this as if you know what I mean.
Just my grandma just pointing like that. Like,
that's too severe. Too severe. People would never come out again. If it was Nana Barb, they'd be like, ah! Because she'd probably have some of your merch behind her that she's stolen from the event that day. So they'd be like, she means fucking business. She's got a 17-foot poster in the back of her car.